A world of cars that speak and have a life, beating each other on the racetrack with the audience of cars cheering their favorite cars to be a model in the brand that take cars as their brand ambassador. Too much cars? Well, it has to be, since today we are going to discuss the use of artificial intelligence in F1 racing. Welcome to Tech Friddhi. This is the second video of the series Ace the Sport. So without further ado, let's get started with goal number 1, F1 racing. Let us first understand what F1 racing is and what are its rules and regulations. So, F1 or Formula 1 is an international auto racing sport. The name Formula comes from set of rules and regulations that the participant cars and drivers have to follow. Basically, there are a number of laps a driver needs to complete before the finish line to become a winner. Now, what are these laps? It's a basically path which you can see in the screen. This is actually what we call as lap. There are many F1 teams around the world, and each F1 team can have a maximum of 4 drivers per season. Each team also has a support staff that helps in analyzing and performing a lot of things. For example, changing the tires during the race or during repairs of the cars, and also in very much analyzing and strategizing the whole race. So this means a lot of strategy and data is also required to carefully analyze at what time these repairs are required, so that players' performance, or what we say the driver's performance, is least affected. Moreover, each team, like all other sports, keep a track of other teams and players as well to play smartly. To know more about these rules within 60 seconds, refer to the shorts that I'll be uploading shortly. In this video, our prime focus will be how artificial intelligence is used in this sport. As discussed, there are a lot of decision making and analyzing that is required, right? So what used to happen earlier was that all these things were dependent on a particular person or a group of people who relied on their gut feeling, or what we call as intuition, to take all these decisions. For example, at what time the drivers should stop for the tire change or all the repairs that need to be done. But then slowly and steadily technologies came into play, and they played the crucial role of deciding all these things. The basic 2 decisions that are required are, first, when the driver should go to a pit stop for the tire change, and secondly, which tire compound the crew should fit on the car. Now you might be confused, so I'll just clear these things out. First thing I referred to as was pit stop. So pit stop is basically the place where the driver stops with the car and all the repairs are done there. And secondly, I talked about the tire compound. So basically there are 3 types of tire compounds which can be fitted on the tires to make them frictionless or add more friction accordingly what is required. So they are soft, hard and medium. So basically what happens is, during the race the tire degrade and it may lead to some more time for the driver to finish the race or particular lap, right? So this is when they need to be changed. So these 2 situations are needed at this point of time. So now let's come to the technologies that we can use here. Okay, do you remember any technique we have discussed in our earlier videos where we do some particular situations or simulations basically of all possible moves beforehand to predict the best chance to win? To put it more easily, what I'll say is, for example, if I try these moves, like move number 1, move number 2 and move number 3 in a particular order, then there's a chance of winning more, or what we can say is these may lead to losing the game. Do you remember any such technique? Let me give you 2 hints. Hint number 1, it was used in AlphaGo game. Does it ring any bell? Okay. Hint number 2, it starts with the letter M. M for monkey. Okay, so the answer is Monte Carlo tree search algorithm. So this is the technique that we can use to predict the beforehand situation. Like for example, if we try with these things, these actions, if they are taken at a particular time, so there's more chance of winning the race. Okay, so don't worry if you don't remember this or you are just new to this channel. What you have to do is just check out the video in the card above, and I have also mentioned the same in the link below in the description. And for your convenience, what I have done is I have divided the video into timestamps, so you don't need to go through the whole video. You just need to refer that particular section which says Monte Carlo tree search algorithm, learn about it and come back to this video. Similarly, in F1 Racing 2, Monte Carlo simulations are used where some race events are taken into considerations. For example, pit stop lap, that is at what lap the tire need to be changed or repaired, type of tire compounds, position of the cars, which is again very crucial, and based on these, a strategy is planned depending which combination of these events give the best results. Now what happens is the number of possible events are huge, and more importantly, there is a possibility of unexpected new scenarios also during the race. For example, you can't predict a crash between two or multiple cars during the race, right? And they can affect the driver's performance. So, to overcome this, there had to be a combined human knowledge, that is, human decisions at the spur of the moment. But wait, if humans only have to make the final decision, then what's the use of artificial intelligence? So, here comes our second technique, and this technique also we have learned about earlier. Let's see if you can guess this one, and it's actually a very easy one, okay? So, this technique actually enables a computer or a computer program to learn by itself by playing previous game, and depending upon the reward it gets adaptive to it. In simple words, it learns from its previous mistakes and tries to play something, and if it's getting a particular reward in much amount, it adapts accordingly. Do you remember such technique? Yes, it's reinforcement learning. The best way to describe this type of learning is how a baby learns to play a mobile game. He or she doesn't know how to read and write, nor does he or she knows any rules. The baby just keep clicking different buttons, try to do things not done before, and learns the game, right? This is exactly the same way how a computer program learns in reinforcement learning. For detailed concept, again refer to the video, and again for your convenience, I have just timestamped the video. You need to refer that particular segment only, right? Now, as you mentioned that reinforcement learning requires a reward. In F1 racing, what do you think the reward can be? Right, winning the game. That is the first position of the game, right? So all in all, the RL agent, that is the reinforcement learning agent, has to make sure that it tries to decide the pit or changing of tires at a particular lap, and it might lose some positions also for that time being, just to make the ending worth it. I'll make this thing for you to understand it better. Consider this. You are in a buffet. You are most excited for the dessert, but you want to try everything from snacks to main course. What do? You try some snacks, then few dishes from the main course, and then you take a break, a time to digest, a time so as to savor the mouth-watering dessert. And it's worth it, isn't it? Same is the case here. In our F1 drivers also, they take a break, and even if it means of losing some positions to have their ultimate dessert, that is winning the race, it's all worth it. And all these things are done by our RL agent, that is reinforcement learning agent. We'll study the whole detailed functioning of this RL agent in the second part of the video, but in this part, I'll just give you a glimpse. Basically, RL agent depends on three things. First is the reward it is getting, right? Second is the state, and third is the action. Now here comes your homework. You have to imagine and think upon that what are the possible states and the actions for any particular driver or a car which can be there in F1 racing. Think about it, and we'll meet in the second video. Before that, let's just summarize what we have learned today. So we have learned what is F1 racing. We have learned that how it was done earlier, like how the decisions were made earlier, and what's the change which is coming now. Then we learned about Monte Carlo tree search algorithm. That was one technique which could be used, but it has some drawbacks. That is, at the ultimate step, we needed to involve a human, right? So to overcome that, we switched to the reinforcement learning, and that is what we are going on till now. Let's see if part 2 of this video brings any new technique, right? So as your homework, you just need to think upon what are the states and action that can be there for this driver or car in F1 racing. Till then, bye and take care.